For encroachment on the defense, so giving the Leigh Longhorns 5 yards. Dominique DeBoer trying to guess the snap count, and he's going to get flagged for it. So it's going to bring up first down as they just inside the 15-yard line. Looks like it's going to be 1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line. 3:02 remaining in the second quarter, 7-7. As we are here on this homecoming night, and this Pioneer Mustangs homecoming celebration festivities, Halloween weekend. We're glad you're listening to us on 89.3 The Stampede. As Davis is under center, he's shouting out a couple audibles, and it's a handoff, and around the right side, and doing a little juke step, and then finally dragged down as Levon Donald picks up about a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. Dominique DeBoer getting the tackle on the play, as he has been all over the field, calling his name a lot tonight.
Well, it was a really nice play there to go into next play mode, forget about that penalty, and make a solid tackle.
Definitely was. So Ricky McDermott is the lone running back behind quarterback Gabe Davis. He's got 3 wide receivers set, and he drops back, and he decides to keep it around the right side, and he doesn't get to line of scrimmage, so he tries to pull it back, and he cuts it back to the opposite side of the field as he escapes a couple tackles, and he is finally going to be dragged down about the 14-yard line. And I mean, if he were running straight, he would have been 50-yard gain on that one.
Yeah,
he went end to end, all the way at the right hash mark, back to the near side hash mark.
Trying to see how fast he could cover the field. I mean, interesting run there. He actually slipped a tackle, which was a nice play, and he really should have turned up field there, but Pioneer all over the field and chased him to the opposite side. He lost a few yards, looks like.
He did. 3rd and 11, ball on the Mustangs' 14-yard line. 1:58 remaining in the second quarter. 7-7. We're all knotted up. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining as Davis is under center. He does a couple hard snaps, and I think we're going to have a timeout by the Leigh Longhorns. So there's a break in the action with the score Pioneer Mustangs 7 and the Leigh Longhorns 7. You're listening to Pioneer Mustangs football on 89.3 The Stampede.
89.3 The Stampede. I'm Matt.
I'm Nick.
So Nick, the other day you were telling me most talk shows on the radio are getting pretty lame.
They are. They're not interesting or informative, and personally, I don't know what the deal is. I'm kind of getting tired of it.
Well, we're going to change that.
We are?
Yep. We got some crazy talk and great rock. So tune in to Nick and Matt at midday, Monday afternoons, 1:30 to 2:30, here on KMTG San Jose, 89.3 The Stampede.
You're listening to Mustang Football on Pioneer High School's radio station, KMTG. This is 89.3 The Stampede.
Welcome back to Pioneer Mustang Stadium. 1:58 remaining in this second quarter. So we are 2 minutes away from the halftime festivities here on this homecoming night. It is all knotted up at 7 apiece as the visiting Leigh Longhorns come into town and take on our Pioneer Mustangs. Leigh with the ball at the 14-yard line, 3rd and 11. As Davis drops back to pass, and he looks out, and it is caught by number 5, Larry Donald, and he pulls up, and he actually throws it. He doesn't get past the line of scrimmage, and he throws it, and it's going to be a touchdown, and that was a well-designed play.
Yeah, it was. That was beautiful.
Outside pass, and the catch is caught by Sean Maywald for the touchdown, and a little screen pass almost to the outside. Obviously a backwards pass.
I guess it was, but I thought it was forwards. But
no, I guess as long as you don't pass the line of scrimmage, doesn't matter.
It's true.
So that is going to be a trickery play, a little trick play.
It was a really beautifully designed play, and really froze the DB when he stopped running. I don't think the corner really knew what was happening, and before he could figure out what was happening, Donald just fired a beautiful pass and a great catch.
Yep, Devarius Dees was on the coverage, and he thought that, everyone did.
Well, yeah, I don't blame him. I was confused up here.
You don't see that very often. So Leigh Longhorns taking advantage of the short field. They got the ball at the 44-yard line, drove down the field, and a nice little pass out, and Larry Donald catching it and then firing a laser beam to the end zone, giving the Leigh Longhorns a 7-point advantage. 1:50 remaining in the second quarter as Leigh Longhorns look to kick off from the 40-yard line as Sean Nelson back to receive it. And the cheerleaders wearing their Halloween costumes. And the kick is up, and Sean Nelson actually Dylan Borrego catching it in the end zone, and he is going to be downed. And Pioneer is going to take over here going to start this drive at the 20-yard line. Minute 50 remaining in the second quarter. And it's going to be 1st and 10, ball on the 20-yard line as the Leigh Longhorns are up by 7 here, 14-7. As Pioneer looking to get some momentum back, drive down the field, at least go into halftime with the score knotted up.
Yep, absolutely.
So we'll see what kind of 2-minute drill they can muster up here as Drew Fryhoff is under center, and it's a handoff straight up the gut, and escaping a tackle is Sean Nelson, and he is finally dragged down at the 31-yard line. There is a flag on the play in the position of holding, but the way he's counting the players, I'm assuming that the Leigh Longhorns, well, no, I thought it was going to be too many men on the field.
Yep.
Mustangs called for the false start. So that 9-yard run is going to be nothing, and they're going to push him back 5 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 15 on the 15-yard line.
Well, that interesting penalty call was pretty late, so I don't really know what was going on with the reffing there, but just shooting themselves again in the foot, Pioneer. But at least it was on 1st down, and they really didn't lose it down on it. And I believe they can jump back in the game here and get a nice gain.
Yep, so we'll see what Coach Perry has up his sleeve as he tries to get the identity of this team figured out, as we have been waiting for it all year, really, as Fryhoff drops back and he hands it off to Tanqueray, who's around the right side. It's to the 30, the 40, down the sideline to the 50, and finally tackled from behind at the 40-yard line. Sanjay King finally reaching him as Tanqueray gets around the right side, and a beautiful run down the sideline.
What a run. I thought he was gone, but just caught from behind it. Beautiful balance along the sideline to keep his footing and not step out of bounds. Huge gain, huge morale booster for Pioneer. Let's see what they do.
Yep, it took 15 yards for anyone to even get close to touching
absolutely.
him. And he looked to be gone as King just barely comes up and tackles him. And we've got a timeout on the field. So with a minute 08 remaining, we're going to take a quick break with Pioneer trailing 14-7 to the visiting Leigh Longhorns. You're listening to Mustang Football on 89.3 The Stampede.
89.3 The Stampede. Here's some handy advice about staying healthy. Did you know that by simply washing your hands with soap and warm water for at least 20 seconds, you can help kill germs and prevent illness? To help families stay healthier, the public health experts at NSF International developed the Scrub Club for Kids, a fun interactive website that helps prevent teachers and kids learn how to fight germs through proper hand washing. Clean hands are just a click away at www.scrubclub.org. This public service announcement has been brought to you by KMTG San Jose 89.3 The Stampede.
You're listening to Mustang Football on KMTG San Jose 89.3 The Stampede.
Welcome back to Pioneer Mustang Stadium. 1 minute, 8 seconds remaining in this second quarter. We are live here from Pioneer Mustang Stadium on Pioneer's homecoming night, 50th anniversary of Pioneer High School, and we are excited. We're bringing you all the action right here on 89.3 The Stampede. I'm John Deeney with my partner Matt Hively, and Pioneer with the ball at the 41-yard line, 1st and 10, going left to right in Leigh territory. As a man goes in motion, it's a handoff. He is trying to get around the left side, and he is hit and dragged down. It is Richard Nagai trying to get around the left side, the junior running back couldn't find the crease and is tackled for what looks to be a 2-yard loss as Pioneer goes with a no huddle as Freihoff is under center, and it's a handoff to Sean Nelson, who's around the right side, following his blockers and trying to cut it back to the left, and he is hit and tackled at about the 37-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 5 yards, 39 seconds remaining in this second quarter, and Pioneer is going to take a timeout. That is they have one timeout remaining. So we're down 7 points here, 14-7, and we are looking for Pioneer to start throwing the ball a little. You've got 39 seconds remaining, or before that you had 59 seconds left, and you need to get down the field.
If not now, when are you going to throw the ball? It's the perfect time. Drew Freihoff has not had a bad game. He's thrown 2 passes. Both of them have been really right on line, just dropped by the receivers. I think you got to show that you really have trust in this sophomore quarterback.
Yeah. Well, just a reminder that Mustang football is brought to you in part by Pioneer High School's famous glue factory. This year, the hardworking theater group is presenting the holiday classic White Christmas with show dates on December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all at 7 p.m. in the Pioneer Performing Arts Center. Tickets start at just $7 at the door. That's White Christmas, the perfect holiday treat, coming December, brought to you by Pioneer's Glue Factory. As Pioneer comes back out on the field, and it's a handoff over the right side and getting upended, and we've got a flag on the field. It looks like it's going to be a false start on Pioneer, as it doesn't really matter. That play did not get them very far at all. 36 seconds remaining in the second quarter as Pioneer trails by 7 to the visiting Leigh Longhorns, as pushes them back. So 3rd and 11, ball on the 42-yard line. Pioneer looking to drive down the field. They had a beautiful run by Curtis Tanquary, who got around the right side, but was dragged out of bounds after we thought he was going to break it to the house. And just didn't have that breakaway speed. The fast DB King got up and stopped him. DB King, almost like BB King.
Yep.
Freihoff drops back to hand it off, and instead of doing that, he keeps it because he feels the pressure immediately, and he is sacked for about a 6-yard loss, and dropping them back to about the 48-yard line. And Pioneer probably going to take one shot down the field, or are they going to punt this one away with 5 seconds remaining?
I take the shot, but knowing Coach Perry, who knows?
Well, 10 seconds and counting, 5 seconds. They might just let this run all the way down. As no, they're going to call a timeout with 1.5 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So there's a break in the action. We're going to take a quick break with the Pioneer Mustangs trailing by 7 to the Leigh Longhorns. You're listening to Pioneer Mustang football on 89.3 The Stampede.
If you have a water filtration system, it may be time to change the filter. Although filtration systems can help improve water quality, over time they can become plugged and filled with contaminants and thus unable to filter water effectively. The public health experts at NFS International advise consumers to check the service cycle for their water filtration systems and to change their filters regularly. This public service announcement has been brought to you by KMTG San Jose, 89.3 The Stampede. This is Mustang football on Pioneer High School's very own radio station, KMTG San Jose, 89.3 The Stampede.
And welcome back to Mustang Stadium as Pioneer calling their final timeout with 1.5 seconds remaining in the second quarter, as it looks like they're going to do one more play. They've got a 2 wide receiver set and lined up in the wing T formation as Freihoff drops back to pass, feels the pressure, and is hit and downed and sacked at the 48-yard line. So that is going to end this first half on this homecoming day with Pioneer trailing. And that's the end of the first half. We've got Pioneer Mustang 7 and the Leigh Longhorns 7. You're listening to Mustang football on Pioneer Radio 89.3 The Stampede.
A preoccupation with gambling may cause some people to risk more than money. They may be gambling away their health, happiness, and their family's welfare. Here are a few signs of problem gambling. You've gambled until you lost your last dollar. Thoughts of gambling have caused you to lose sleep. You've ended up gambling for longer than you planned to, and you've made repeated attempts to stop. According to the National Council on Problem Gambling, people who identify with any of these signs are likely to be problem gamblers. They're all